morning, everybody. Oh, it just got another monorail going by right as we're starting. It's almost like it knows that the stream is starting. It's like about 11:30 in the morning here in Japan. Starting off to be I'd say a pretty decent day. Yuki made homemade bagels in the morning, which made it a lot better for sure. Woke up to the smell of bagels cooking downstairs. Unfortunately, she never did come to the bed last night. She stayed up all night writing her report downstairs. Kind of concerned about that. She's still going at it right now. I think she's gonna turn it in today, though. This is gonna be like her final report for all of college. So it is a really big deal. She's definitely stressing a bit, but she's taking it well. Yeah, she's I'm gonna guess she's probably gonna crash somewhere in the next couple of hours or so, and probably sleep until nighttime and do it all over again. But yeah, just trying to support her any way I can through that. Trying to see what we're doing here on the stream today. I do want to pull up my my YouTube page here, since we do have that online. I'm gonna just kind of selflessly promote that for a bit here. Let's get our stream music down a little bit, although it does seem to be winding down on its own. Still searching for the right level of this. We'll figure it out one of these days. But yeah, I'm just gonna take probably a good 45 minutes or so to kind of look at what the industry has got for us today. Who still has jobs, who doesn't. It's always kind of a crapshoot these days. Let's hope it's a positive day for the news headlines. But yeah, before that, let's get to our shameless self-promotion. We do have the page set up. I was going to get a lot more videos up yesterday, because as I said, I am sitting on, as you can see, about 27 1-hour segments right now. So I do have a lot of content to put up. I'm just going to populate the channel and use that as a basis. So it might look empty now, but the next time you log in, you might just see that suddenly there's like 30 hours of content to watch if you are into that type of stuff. Still trying to figure out thumbnails. I just kind of winged this one really quick. I think I do need to figure out a format though, and make it so you can see the series title pretty prominently, and maybe get a zoom in of my character. Just didn't really have time to do it on the first. I'm gonna go back and redo the thumbnails though. Might put some time into that today, although I am going to be getting some of my own portfolio up today. I'm making a shift from my own .com, which I've had for good 15-20 years now. It totally got messed up over the New Year's, a little bit earlier than that, but pretty much got in contact with the provider, and they said that it's not recoverable. Luckily, I have backups of everything I had on there, but just the work of having to get it on the site and redo everything. They've kind of changed their site builder too. I'm not somebody who knows how to code my own site or anything, so mainly just using a site builder and then pushing it to its limits by doing a lot of stuff in Photoshop to kind of compensate where the site builder lacks. But the new one looks entirely unusable to me, so I'm not going to be sticking with them, I think, which is a shame because I think I already paid for the next year of service. I do still have the .com though, so I think there might be a way I can kind of take that .com and have it directly to my ArtStation, which I might end up doing here. Just realized I don't have my Twitch chat viewable. We are on kind of a strange time zone here, being in Japan. I'm from California, so all of my friends are pretty much sleeping still. But hopefully we can get a local audience as well. I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to do that as far as speaking English or Japanese. I know you couldn't really mix the two. It just wouldn't make sense. Nobody probably wants to read subtitles off of Twitch. So I might just have to do like when I get into it, a Japanese version of the coffee chat and some different segments in Japanese. If I want to reach my Japanese audience, I am fluent in Japanese, so me and Yuki plan on doing some stuff in Japanese. I am going to a game dev meetup tonight here in Japan. Something I've actually never been a part of in Japan. I've gone to a bunch in America, GDC, things like that, but a good friend of mine and a former coworker invited me today to a game meetup in Denden town, which is like Osaka's version of Akihabara. So I'm sure I'll have some stories to tell about that. Unfortunately, I will be driving instead of taking the train, so it's a little cold out there to walk up the hill right now. I mean, it is just like a 10-minute walk to the station, but yeah, I'm not going to do it in the winter, so what that means is we're not going to be drinking, but because I have to drive back. But I mean, that just means I'm going to be more productive the next day probably, because if I got hammered, I probably wouldn't be waking up for coffee time. Sorry if I seem a little bit distracted here, but I just noticed that there is a kamemushi, which is like I don't know what you'd call it in English. They're not harmful, but there is a bug about this big right now crawling across my ceiling. I'm not too okay with that. I'm not a bug person. I don't know where he's headed, but it's the type of bug that, like, if you surprise them, they actually make this like really gross smell, which I don't want to have to deal with in my room today. And he's definitely headed in my direction. We might have to do something about this. We'll update you on the bug situation shortly. For the time being, I'm gonna see where this guy goes and see if maybe he goes to a spot where I can easily get him. He's like literally like Spider-Man on the ceiling right now, headed my direction. Yeah, did not expect this during my coffee chat. Luckily, my coffee cup today has a lid on it, so he won't be dropping on me. It is insane, though, the way he's going directly. Let's see if I can get him on camera here. Just turning into a bug stream here. Let's see if I can pan this up. How high can I go? Wrong camera there. Over to the I just missed him. He just went off frame. He's literally right in above the middle of my frame right now. Oh, there he goes. You see him in the top corner there, coming around the purple frame. Yeah, I am not a bug person, so this is rather alarming, but coffee chat is really supposed to be a kind of like an easy show for me. I don't want to have to reshoot this or hit the restart button a bunch of times. So I think we're just going to let him be for now. He is headed in a different direction. So yeah, this has been the bug segment of our coffee chat. No bugs were harmed in the making of this. Actually, especially when bugs get that size, like even if I wanted to harm him, I don't think I could, because it's just bugs freak me out so much. I usually do the paper towel, like I grab him and put him out on the porch and then close the door and just hope it takes care of itself and take care of the trash the next day. So that's probably what we'll be doing here. But yeah, let's get back into the game industry stuff here. I do teach people how to break into the game industry sometimes, but I don't accept bugs as students. So yeah, we're just looking at one video right now, but we do have 30 hours of content that are going to be going up this week. Going to be working on the thumbnails, getting those a little bit more professional. And yeah, we're also getting some portfolio stuff up this week, which I have quite a bit that I need to do, generating some thumbnails and stuff for past games that I've worked on. I've got quite a few that I need to get through. So these are all folders of games that I've worked on that need to be upped. So yeah, let's look at the headlines and see what the industry has for us today. Yeah, it's not a great first picture to see. This is very a view that I used to see quite often. Having lived in Woodland Hills before, the drive back to Santa Clarita, you go through a lot of this area. It's such a tragedy what's going on right now with LA. I'm gonna have to watch this episode of Game Face. Game Face is the flagship show of Sifted.net. Kind of just a website that will take all of your gaming feeds and put them in one space, and then kind of tailors them to your own needs. I think it's almost more alarming that I don't know where the bug is now. The bug has disappeared. He is definitely still in here because I have the window shut right now. More updates to come. I'm really hoping that that these guys have not been affected by that, because I know that they are in that general area. The fact that they have a show going up would hopefully suggest that they are safe. Another really cool thing about Sifted, and again, this is not a paid promotion or anything. I do not know them. I just really like their website, and I've been there from the beginning when they first started getting it off the ground. They have Pactor Factor, which he's a industry analyst and just a real a financial guy that makes a lot of really good predictions. He has some wild predictions sometimes too that don't come true, but he does have a lot of connections. And I've heard a lot about the parties that he has on this Game Face podcast that they talk about. It sounds like pretty much everybody shows up, big people in the industry. So definitely informative watch if you're into that type of stuff. Okay, looks like Justice Suicide Squad is finally being put out to pasture now. Yep, finally goes live. I just really, me personally, I'm really hoping that the industry and investors are starting to see that the whole live service game thing is not going to be a lucrative business venture for most game studios. And that's the thing, because like some studios do probably make a ton off of it. I know Power World, they're not a live service, but just those games that can come out of nowhere and make a really big splash, like Helldivers would be a bit better analogy for it. But the problem is just like you only have so much playtime throughout the week, and at least me personally, it's almost like an extra level of stress added in if a game is a live service for me, because I feel like I have to continue on, and that's just more of my day that's kind of taken out. Like right now, I'm a big Disney sim, so of course they know how to get me with those ones. I currently play Dreamlight Valley, which is a Disney game. It's kind of like Animal Crossing Disney. Highly recommended. We'll do some of that on the channel. And Disney Speedstorm as well, and both of those are live service games. I Speedstorm more than Dreamlight Valley, but I constantly have that feeling in the back of my head, like, oh, this battle pass the time is ticking down. I need to get in game. I need to get those rewards, or I wasted my money. So for me, I just, there's something really comforting to me about games that do not try to sell me after the fact. I like to make that investment up front, and then the game is mine. I'm okay with DLC and things like that being added on as options, but that FOMO that they really seem to 67% review. Yeah, that's rough. I skipped this one. I was really big into the Arkham games, but I was hoping that they would stick with more of that rather than going in a different direction. Yeah, so it looks like that is another one winding down. Just as Xdefiant, my last FPS that I released with Ubisoft Osaka is also this month going to be going offline. Not sure on the exact day on that. It's possible that it's already down. It's been kind of rough trying to get captures of the levels that we all worked on. Everybody's kind of scrambling to get their portfolio work, because that's one of the things you do, especially as an artist in the industry. You always have to be guarding your portfolio and backing it up everywhere you can, because you never know. You might have a website go down like mine did. But when you're working on a game, there's certain areas that you work on, and you want to make sure that you're documenting all that stuff, because that is literally the stuff that's going to get you hired at your next job. And especially if a studio goes belly up or something like that, it can be a kind of a weird gray area, because obviously the company, they don't want you to have anything, and they would like you to just only take captures from game footage. But a lot of times as an environment artist, taking captures from game footage just isn't really an option, because there's so many UI elements. You'd have to have a capture card, which a lot of people don't have, to get good footage of that stuff, which actually for the first time kind of makes me realize that since I do have a capture card now, maybe that will be an option for me in the future. Yeah, Alienware, it keeps on telling me to optimize my PC. We're not going to do that right now. Let's move on to something else. I really do hope all my friends in LA are doing fine. I've checked in with a lot of them, but I just have so many that it's hard to reach out to everybody. Okay, this might directly affect me, or doesn't affect me anymore, but odd. Yeah, I'm not a robot. Let's see, please continue. Please check the box below. Which box below? It's a Bloomberg thing, I don't know. Yeah, so Chinese farm family evaluating assets to be included. Okay. Yeah, I understand Bloomberg has got to make their money. Everybody. I'm not going to register on stream, but looks like, and I've heard rumors that Tencent is thinking about purchasing Ubisoft, which might have already been taken into consideration when we had the studio closure so suddenly. Not just 3 studios, San Francisco, Sydney, and Osaka, which I've friends and coworkers in all of those places, so it really sucks. Yeah, kind of just mimicking what the Suicide Squad final drop is about. This is an interesting story here. Critically acclaimed Steam shooter indefinitely on hold after dev reveals he's going to prison. Creator of Fortunes Run explains why sci-fi FPS will be stuck in early access. I've actually never heard of this one. Okay, so it looks like it came out in 2023. I've been sentenced to prison for the next 3 years, she wrote on the game Steam page. It's a long story, but I've lived a very different life before I was a game developer, and I wasn't living very well. My case is about 5 years old now. I've been going through the legal process the whole time I've been working on this. I have finally been found guilty and sentenced. I'm going away next month. Wow. That's it's a lot to deal with, I'm sure. It sucks that she... it seems like she must be trying to get her life. I'm not sure exactly what she did, but the fact that she was dumping enough hours into being able to make a game released on Steam. Yeah, it's a shame. Hopefully, maybe after she gets out, she can pick back up where she left off. She is getting some clicks on this, so hopefully people will remember that. I mean, considering we don't know what she's been charged for, maybe we should kind of hold the well wishes a little bit. But I doubt they'd be running the story if it was anything too heinous. I'm not seeing any layoffs or anything, but the thing is they're happening constantly. I get texts from friends all the time that tell me that they've been laid off, just in the last couple months, and they're not being publicized because the companies are wise to how this works. They get a bad headline, they let a ton of people go, so they're doing it little by little. That's the way it was with NetEase. They were trying to trickle out a bunch of layoffs without catching too much attention, which I think they were kind of successful with. I was too afraid to say anything when it was happening with me, just because with all the severance that is being negotiated on that can all disappear in a heartbeat if you're even mentioning to other coworkers that you're being let go. I'm not quite sure how legal that is. It doesn't seem right, but that's the way it is. So a lot of these companies, there's just assume there's probably something like that going around in the background pretty much every day. Oh, sweet. We got a trailer for Daredevil Born Again. That's one that I'm really looking forward to. Series star Charlie called the Disney Plus. Wow. Okay, so it's darker than the Netflix version. That's going to be pretty dark. I've been watching everything Marvel that's come out from the get-go. I was one of the crazy people that actually right before Endgame came out, the week coming up to it, over the course of I think like 3 or 4 days, I watched the entirety of the Infinity Saga, from beginning all the way up till Endgame, and it was so crazy because it was so hard to get through all of that in a short period of time that my showing on opening day for Avengers Endgame was literally 30 minutes away when I was rolling credits on Infinity War. So I'm definitely very invested. I have to say, the stuff after Endgame, while I've still enjoyed a lot of it, it has definitely felt like a downgrade. Just ignoring what is going on with the Avengers at all, the fact that they don't show up as a team throughout any of the series, barely even mentioned, just some after credits things, has been kind of a letdown. I think they've kind of given too many different directors too much creative control. The thing that made the Infinity Saga so amazing, in my opinion, was just the fact that while I know there's no way all of that was planned out, there were story beats that were definitely planned out. Working in games, it's the same way. The general framework is there, and it probably was there from pretty soon after Avengers, I would think, when we got that first Thanos cameo. But so much of that stuff is just organic, and it comes as different projects get kicked off. And the thing that made it great, though, was just the fact that it was really felt so tied together, and you felt like if you weren't watching one of the movies, you really were missing out on a piece of the story. Where looking back at the last 4 or 5 years of content coming out from Disney Plus, Disney Plus has been a big factor in it, but it just, none of it feels connected, none of it feels important. I personally am probably on the more tolerant side. I think the majority of it has been entertaining, but a lot of it just kind of felt unnecessary, and there have been times where it has kind of felt like homework to some extent to have to watch it. I do really like the Netflix series. Yuki, my other half, she had not watched. She'd watched one or two Marvel movies on TV in Japanese, and she didn't know which was which. She had no idea about this Fox universe, this Sony universe, and this MCU and all the legal trouble. Of course, that's not something she was really interested in, but she did get invested. Probably be a couple years ago now, but she did watch the entirety of the Infinity Saga 90% together, so I could see her reaction. So she watched some. I let her watch Thor: The Dark World by herself, just because I was like, yeah, go. You can go ahead on that one. I'm good. I don't hate that movie. I actually do find it quite enjoying. But of all of them, that would be one to sit out probably. But yeah, she's still going through them all. She loves Marvel now. She's a huge Iron Man fan. She's playing with Midjourney quite a bit recently, and she was doing some Tony Stark stuff the other day. But she currently is watching Daredevil season 1, because we've gotten pretty deep into it, waiting for more stuff to come out. She's seen all the recent movies and stuff, but it's like she saw the Marvels and a couple other ones, but there's a bulk of what would be Phase 4 that she has not seen yet. She hasn't seen the Eternals. She hasn't seen Shang-Chi, a lot of those. So she's working her way up to those. But before that, she wanted to stop and watch Daredevil. And I had kind of forgotten how dark Daredevil was. And just kind of watching over her shoulder, because it is a really long watch, so I'm not watching all of it with her. She got to the end of season 1, and she was not that big of a fan. She said it was okay, but I think it was just a little too violent. And her being, like a cute Japanese girl that is into cute stuff, she was a little put off by some of it, I think. So hearing that it's more violent than the original, I'm okay with that, but she might not be. So it might get some people that are kind of put off by it. I'm not going to play this trailer one because I don't want to be copyright struck, but also just because I think everybody should enjoy the trailer on their own. I would like to enjoy it on my own too. I don't want to watch it over the top of stream music, so that's going to be one of the first things I do when I get off of this stream here. Yeah, MCU will probably come up quite a bit on this channel because I am a big MCU fan. I'm rooting for it to come back. What is this? Are we finally getting the dude that we all thought was the Mandarin? More MCU news here today. So this is turning into an MCU podcast. As the title card says on this one, we talk mainly games because that's my profession. Working as a AAA game artist in the industry for just about 20 years now. But to do that, I look at a lot of different media to get ideas and things. So this is going to be games, this is going to be movies, manga, stuff in Japan, what I had for breakfast, if it's interesting. And at some point we probably should drink some of our coffee too, or I feel like I'm kind of lying to you guys here about the purpose of this here. Oh yeah, we didn't go out for Starbucks today, but we have one of those Dolce Gusto. It was like Nescafe make them here in Japan. They make pretty good coffee. They gets really foamy. That we get the Starbucks ones, Starbucks capsules, but train in on this here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to use my left arm because my right arm is attached to my pulled muscle here. So hold on. All I need is Stitch and Starbucks. Yeah, this is a gift she got for me this week. First, this is a debut use of it here. Really nice nice big coffee cup, which is what I want because I definitely need to keep caffeinated. But yeah, it looks like our buddy. Everybody thought this was going to be who they build up as the Mandarin, but we all know that they had what is his name, Trevor something, Trevor Slatedly, or it was a really weird name, but yeah, a really famous actor that plays him. I think he did an amazing job, and then that was a fake out, and then we got the real Mandarin with Shang-Chi. Okay, I did not remember that he died in the first Iron Man, and I just watched that not too long ago. I think it was kind of vague, though. I know, yeah, but watch it. Yeah, he's dead, but yeah, they're doing a lot with like Agatha all along, which I thought was quite enjoyable as a continuation of WandaVision. Anyways, I am worried that they are kind of doubling down on more and more side characters like this. While it kind of works in the comic books, because like, you know, the comic book, when you read it in comic book, it's kind of you know, not a really big investment. You know, you probably spend a good 15 minutes reading a comic book, if that. So if it was a trash story, you know, it's like, yeah, that wasn't great, but you know, you move on. Where you get a little more invested when it's movies that you're waiting for to come out, and then they turn out to be disappointments, and you're stuck in the theater for 2 or 3 hours, or even worse, you know, just watching the whole season. I think my least favorite Disney Plus content that they've done for Marvel, that's a rough one. I like a lot of it. I think WandaVision and yeah, Loki. Probably WandaVision and Loki are my very favorites. But I probably have to say Miss Marvel. I was not a fan of Miss Marvel. I like the actress. I think she did a great job. There are a couple episodes at the beginning that I thought were really cool, but the bad guys that they had in it, I just found them kind of annoying. And I didn't really get the time traveling thing she was doing with the quantum band, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's got to be the quantum band, I would think. But yeah, I don't want them to double down on. I want Avengers stories with the main cast. I really want Robert Downey Jr. And the whole crew to get back together, which it seems like they are. The only one I'm worried might not come back is Natasha might not come back, because it seems like Scarlett Johansson might just be done with it altogether. Yeah, we'll look at a couple more. Oh, another delay. Okay. Yeah, my studio was somewhat attached to this in Osaka. We should have been a lot more attached to this, I will say, because there were some concepts that were tossed to Osaka to kind of get some of the this is stuff I can talk about, because with everything that's been released so far, it's nothing too exciting or spicy, but we were doing some concept work on the game. Not me personally, but some people on our team, and obviously it's because we had Japanese workers, so it just makes sense to have some Japanese input. I don't think it was enough Japanese input, to tell you the truth, though, because you know, I don't know who else they brought in and different studios, but at least from our point, I feel like we would have been a really good asset for them to, you know, if nothing else, to just like, hey, we need to get some signage in our game. Can you guys help us out with that? You know, I'm sure they're fine on stuff like that. I mean, I had to do all of Koreatown in Advanced Warfare, the main Koreatown section with all the drinking bars and stuff, and that one actually, here, I pull up I know exactly where that is on my computer, because I was just doing portfolio stuff the other day. Let's see, that would be in Advanced Wars AW, yeah. looked at a couple of these assets here. Yeah, this one here. I worked on this whole area here. I did all the signage in here. The top all these lanterns. I did all the food and stuff as well. All the Korean food that you see in the display cases, which was a lot of fun. I did all of the panning signage, and you know, like these ones here. I was just making up brands for all of these things. The good thing for me, obviously it would be better to have somebody Korean working on this, but I did have a pretty big Korean connection when I lived in San Diego. Being that I had been to Japan so many times, I had a lot of Japanese friends, and in San Diego, everybody tends to hang out in Convoy Street. That's kind of like the Japanese town area. It's a very small one. It's not. I wouldn't plan any trips going to go visit Japantown in San Diego. It's kind of just like one street that has a lot of Japanese shops. Used to be a lot of Japanese shops, but as time has gone by, it's more and more Korean shops mixed in, which is cool because, you know, a lot of Korean food and Korean barbecue is really, really nice to have. But I had frequented quite a few karaoke places, food places, so I was able to draw on some of that knowledge to kind of get what type of signage might be there. I did a lot of Google Maps, flying around, and luckily I did have one Korean animator that was not too far from where I sat away, so I would sometimes go bother her and ask her to write down some signage for me, and then I would just straight copy paste that stuff into here. But yeah. Oh, the VOD. Yeah, it's funny because when I made this sign, I forget what it meant in my head, but it did not mean video on demand. I did not know what a video on demand was at that time. I was just trying to come up with three letters like DVD, and that's what I came up with, but it turned out to be quite right, I guess. Yeah, this is a cool area though. I was really particularly proud of this sign here because if you go in game, you can see that it has these really cool bubbles floating up from it because you have the soju that has the carbonated water mixed in with it. The problem is this is not my original version. This one here is another one that went through the legal passes that we had to do as artists. It kind of sucked because I've drinking a lot of soju in my time going to Convoy Street in San Diego, and I have a lot of Korean friends, and the Korean friends and Korean drinking games are a big part of that culture there. At least what I've been exposed to, and you know, we played a lot of Korean drinking games, and soju is always involved in those. And soju has a very distinct shape for the bottle. It's not what you're seeing on screen right now. It's more of a here, let's pull it up here. Soju bottle. Yeah, there's a few different brands, but they're all gonna be like this. This is the shape here, very distinct shape. But as you can see, it turned into more of like a Michelob Light or something like that, which is really annoying because I felt like it wasn't culturally accurate. But when I sent it through legal for the legal check, they told me I just changed the shape of the bottle because it was too close to the actual one. We had a couple things like that that I believe actually probably would have been this project. Let's see. Does not want to flip through. Where was it? Oh, this is another fun one. This is more me playing with prop names and stuff. I can't remember what it was, but I looked at one power generator that had a very aggressive, I think it was called like the Terminator or something. So I called this one the Sharkinator. It's hard to see here, but the shark, it has a Terminator eye that's like glowing. So just these are the things you do when you're when you're stuck in an office all day. The Weldenstein, and you can't see it here, but it's got the stitching like it's Frankenstein. Just playing with different things here. Where was that? I think I have. Oh, you know what? I might not have made a portfolio sheet from here. They are right here, though. You can see these guys here. These crates. These were another ones. One that was flagged. Actually, you know what? It might be. That might be a different one. No, this is them. Yeah. They actually flagged it because of the color of red I was using. The color of red was too close to the color of Coca-Cola. Even though I made my own soda brand, I think I called it Lagos Fizz because this all takes place in Lagos. This was a DVD shop that I put in the back. A lot of strange DVD covers in there. I don't have any of them in my portfolio, I don't think, but there was quite a bit of fun to be had with the DVD covers. I don't think I have anything. Oh, here they are. Here's the... Okay, yeah, so those were different ones in there. But I believe... I think I took these photos before the legal check came in because eventually they would have to shift color. I think they might have ended up like orange or something like that. But yeah, just kind of annoying stuff. But I understand why it's necessary, but yeah, it is kind of a pain coming up with made my Lagos Fizz t-shirt here. But yeah, we do have quite a bit we need to get due. Looking at my portfolio here makes me realize I need to get everything else up on ArtStation today as I transition my site. Pull that off screen. Still don't have everything bookmarked yet. I frequent ArtStation. I have for the last 10 years or so, but I didn't use it as my go-to. Where I'm putting stuff for now, this should be populated today. I'm going to be putting up a lot of different work for different projects. But yeah, kind of just moving stuff over from the site, so not anything exciting and new, just old stuff being re-uploaded. But yeah, I think that is where we're probably going to cut it off for today. This is kind of I think this oh yeah, we've got our bug cam, which reminds me, where in the hell is the bug? This is kind of freaky. Let's scanning for bug. Oh god, that's even more scary. He might be in my TIE fighter over there. You know, if he wants to have the TIE fighter, if he agrees to never come out, I'm okay with that. As long as he doesn't come out and wreak havoc in my room. Yeah, those things, they might be stink bugs in English, because they're called kamemushi in Japan, and when you get close to them, it's almost like a skunk smell. Let me fix my camera here so off of the bug cam here. One of these days I'm going to get used to these camera controls. We're still only about 11 days in though, so give me some time, I'll get it figured out. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap things up. I'm guessing my other camera's jacked up too. No, we're still here. Okay. Happy surprises. Yeah, the good thing about this stream is not only it gets me kind of in the mindset of what's going on in the industry, and you know, maybe gives me a kick in the ass of like, hey, anybody can get laid off at any time in this industry, so keep up the grind, sit in that chair and keep on working on the art, keep on working on the streaming, keep on working on the channel. I'm just gonna kind of chase all of them, and hopefully they all work out. Like I said, I am in this for the long term though. I have promised myself and my girlfriend Yuki that we are going to do at least one stream a day. I don't really count coffee chat either, so coffee chat is just a freebie that I want to do every day, but I will do one game stream every day, at least for 1 hour. That's the pledge I have. So if you don't see me up, assume that I'm deathly ill, or send me a message and wish me well on my deathbed or whatever. This has been Coffee Chat, though. We're gonna go ahead and call this one work complete. Let's see what's going on outside. Let the view take us out here. Yeah, beautiful day out. No rain. It was a little rainy yesterday. We did do an episode of Coffee Chat yesterday. For those that don't watch the nighttime stream, I think I did about 3 hours of World of Warcraft last night that I'm going to organize today on the channel. All about 1 hour videos a piece, but talked about there that the audio for yesterday's Coffee Chat was totally lost. Oh, monorail going by. And we need to have some type of like celebratory, like monorail goes by thing that pops off in the screen. Maybe I need to set something up like that. One thing that became very apparent recently, I need to get some type of chat voice program going on, so I don't always have to look at the screen when I chat, because I love chatting with our viewers, but sometimes I miss the chats. It needs to be something that I can quickly mute if I need to, though, if we get one of our crazy follow boosters or whatever their con is in the chat. It does seem to be really prevalent. Been getting a lot of them on LinkedIn recently too. It just seems like everything right now is flooded with those. I don't know if they're bots or what, but on LinkedIn I just keep on getting offers to rewrite my resume by people that looking at the writing skills in the chat, I don't think they could even handle it. But yeah, it's a crazy world we live in, but hopefully today will be a good one. I will see you guys tonight for the night stream if anybody's around at that time. Still figuring out my regular hours, but as soon as I can kind of commit to a certain time, I'll get a schedule put up on Twitch, so anybody who wants to tune in live can do so. The night streams will probably be a little bit on the late side tonight. I might do some in the middle of the day too, just to kind of compensate, because I am going to that game dev meetup in Japan where we're gonna meet a lot of Japanese game developers, and they're gonna have some drinks. I'm gonna sip my non-alcoholic beverage because I have to drive myself home. But yeah, this has been Coffee Chat. Gonna consider this work complete. Come for the vibes, stay for the zug. Have a good one, everybody.